Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. This is another one in my double trouble series. So I am working on a double page 12 by 12 layout. These are still photos from my husband's trip to Utah. And once again, he's left me a little note. These are the views from Sunset Point, so I know exactly what I'm working with. I have the photos here. This is a slightly odd layout configuration. Because I have two horizontal regular size photos. Then he wants two horizontal photos that are 5 by 7. So these are kind of huge. So I am not quite sure how that's going to work out. I think my initial plan is put these on this side, these over here, because that really cuts down on what I have to do on this side. So I'm cheating a little bit. But if that helps, that's okay. And then over here, I'm thinking maybe I can bring in some pocket cards because I have a ton of them and there's definitely space for it and it will help fill up some of that. But otherwise, I didn't want to put like one 5 by 7, one 4 by 6 on each page and just be opposite. I thought that was just kind of so I don't want to do that. So I think this is what I'm starting with. And I have already picked out this paper because I completely forgot. Okay, let me just ask this first. How many of you have stuff in your stash that you forget is there? I'm guilty. So I forgot I had this paper pad. I believe it's from Color Book, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I bought it at Walmart maybe like 3 years ago. I don't know. And I forgot about it, and I didn't realize it had kind of these southwestern patterns in it. And so I have pulled that out now, and I've been trying to use some of those, and this was one of them. And I like the fact that there's this kind of dark mustardy color because I'm using all these other colors already. I have green, I have orange and brown and gray, but this yellow, this dark yellow in here gives me a chance to do something a little bit different. So I pulled background paper to go with it. I have this paper with the arrows, and I think I'm going to pretty much leave it just as it is. So really it's just configuring the photos and then putting on the fun stuff. I've adhered the pattern paper to the cardstock, and when I did that, I just realized that this paper, the pattern paper, is slightly larger than this cardstock. So that either means the cardstock is not a true 12 by 12, which could be, I don't remember who makes it or where I bought it, or that this is slightly larger than 12 by 12. In either case, I'm going to have to trim just off the edges a little bit, so I will do that, and then I will come back and start working on the photos. All right, so I think this is how I want the photos to be on here. I think. I reserve the right to change my mind, but I think that's how I want it to start with. And when I was off camera, I went into my 4 by 6 pocket cards to see what I can find, and I found this one, which is perfect. It's outdoors, wildernessy, theme, and this orange. And I'm thinking maybe here, now that's a lot of orange next to each other, but I like it. But I would have to cut it off. I'd either have to make it 3 by 4 or 4 by 4. For some reason, I just don't like the way that looks. It's almost like it's too much. It would be too much orange there. So I think maybe I'll move this over a little bit. I think maybe I'll do something like that. So then I need something here for sure. I want to fill that space because this paper is kind of loud. I want to fill that space with something. And then I'm not sure if I want 2 cards here or just 1, and I don't really need a title because it says what it is, so I don't really need that there. So I don't know, I still have to figure out that right side, but I'm going to start with this. So I decided to cut this card down to 4 by 4 because then it's not the same size as anything else that will likely be on here. If I use any other cards, they're probably going to be 3 by 4, and then I have this little piece left to use for something else. For this left side here in the empty space there, I have found this card. And it's very close to this color, so I think that will work. And it shows little tents and hiking trails and that kind of stuff, so I think that that will function well there. It does still leave me with quite a big space down here. However, if I don't end up putting anything there, I'll be okay, but I may do some splattering to kind of fill up that space. So for now, I'm going to adhere this one. And I just realized there's enough space. I could maybe put a little embellishment on there or something. I will have to go in my stash and see if I have anything kind of outdoorsy theme that might fit there. But for now, that's there. So I'm going to leave the left hand one be for now, and I'm going to go to the right hand side here. And I think I am just going to adhere these here, and then I'll just find stuff or hope that I can to fill these spaces. When I went looking in my stash, I found a couple of things. I found this card, which I absolutely love because it kind of matches. I mean, it's brighter obviously than that, but this color is a pretty close match to this. So I think I'm going to use that here so that these are a little offset from each other. Then I found this card, which I liked because it said relax, and it's got the orange, and if I cut off just a little, it might fit a little better in that spot. And then on the other side it said under the sun, and it's this color, and so I wondered, could I do anything with that? But I think it's too much yellow. And then I remembered I have this piece that I cut off over there. Why can't I use that? So I think I'm actually going to save this one for a different layout and hope that I can use it. And I'm going to put this here. I've got hair or fuzz or something on there. Get off. There we go. So I think I'm going to put that there. I am going to trim it down a little bit. It's a little bit too long. I don't want it quite that close to the edge, but I will put it there, and then that still leaves me room here if I want to do an embellishment, or I could just leave it in case he wants to journal there and let him make that decision later. That would be fine. But I think I'm going to go with these two items. So here's this side with this card adhered, and this piece, I did trim it down. This is all I had left of it. And you know what? I think I'm going to end up using the whole thing because I could put it right here just as a little extra thing. And then I've got that orange in 3 places. So I have a visual triangle with it. So I think I'm going to do it. I went into my stash of travel stuff, and I keep some round elements in a little bag like this, just in case I know I want something round, which I thought would be a good idea because of the circle element there. And when I went in there, I found this, which says more mountains to climb. And I thought that would be perfect. But now I can't decide, do I want it here? I like it, but it feels a little too close to here. Or should I move it and put it on this side to fill up some of that space, or on here? I'm not sure. So I'm going to mess around with it and see what I like the best. I've decided that I do like that there. So it's going to be there. Then I went back into my circles and picked out this one. And it just says wander and wonder, and it's got a camera. It's not the exact pink here. This is more of a coral, but I think it's close enough. Who would have thought I would use pink here? But I think I'm either going to overlap it there or here or something to bring in, again, a visual triangle so that I will have 3 circle elements. So I will do that. That still doesn't solve my problem of what I'm going to do over here. But what I think I'm going to do is maybe look for some phrase labels and overlap them here, or just put a couple down here or something. I don't know, but at least I got the circles figured out. In my stash of phrase labels, I found 2 that I want to use. I have this one that says miles away, and it matches this color. And then I like this one that says like nowhere else, and it also matches this color, the orange. I want a third thing, but I didn't really find another one that matched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my map labels here, and I will pick one that works with this, and then I'll stamp something on it. I have selected this map label. Hopefully the camera is showing it well. It's got kind of a muted yellow like this, and then that same bluish green color here. So I think that'll work well. And I'm going to use this stamp set to stamp something. And I think I'm going to do amazing because of the view. I did the stamping and I love the way it turned out. So that's good. Now I'm going to adhere all of these. And I do want them to kind of float off the edge a little bit. So I will be trimming away some of this. Let's see here. I think maybe like so. There's one. And this one. Right up against it underneath and all the way to the right. Whoops. I constantly get adhesive on my desk. And then I'm going to trim off just a hair of that label at the bottom as well. There we go. I like the way those look. And then, where are my scissors? Here we go. Whoop. All right, so I'm just going to trim off those ends there. Yes, I like it. Oh, it's a little crooked though. Just a tad. I have to fix that. Oh, you know, I don't know if I can. It's not hanging over the edge. I must have cut in just a little bit, but you know what? Nobody's going to notice it. So I'll leave it. And then I do want to put in some staples here. We'll do one there. We'll do one here. You know what? Let's get creative. Let's do like another one off. Yeah, there, something different. I normally do just one. That'll spice it up a little bit. All right. So let's take a look. Do I need splattering? What do I think? I don't think I do. I think I like it just the way it is. Yeah, I'm happy with it. The only other thing I might consider is inking around the edge, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is. So here's another one done for Utah. Thanks for watching.